Hello, hello. Okay, Jordan, what's up? How's it going? What's going on? Streaming a little bit earlier than usual, but got some stuff going on tonight, so figure a better time. And now to play some of the Eternalist Duelist. So let's take a quick look at my deck. Thank you for the like. 42 cards main deck, one extra deck. I believe we still need the Forceful Sentry. However, we did get the Heavy Storm at the end of last week's stream, which is wonderful. 2 likes. Oh, wow. Yo, Studio Pistone, what's up? Second. Oh, hopefully COVID doesn't treat you too terribly. I've had it before, not very fun. I was pretty much dead and watching dinosaurs on Disney Plus. That was early last year. Goldstorm, what's up? No, we still have, because there's Yugi Kaiba, but there's another tier after that, so I don't know if we will have the availability to duel everyone on that tier, because I know some of them are kind of have like weird dueling conditions to face them, but we'll come across that bridge when we get there. We do have Yugi and Kaiba left, so let's just jump right into it, shall we? Can we get the 5 likes in the first 5 minutes? That'd be freaking epic. Kaiba Seto. Last will. I don't think we need last. I think we have a last will in our trunk, don't we? Why need to be a seasonal tournament for Pegasus? Pegasus. Okay, so if we do like the code for. Wait, no, we have Toon World though, don't we? We got it in a pack. I'm pretty sure. All right, we have Sangan. 2 minutes left to get to those 5 likes. I believe we can do it. We don't hit that threshold often. So Kaiba's gonna have dragons. Yeah, I know you can, like, cheat out the seasonal tournament, but I'm not sure how, if that's something we can do, or if that's something we need, like, a setup to do. I feel like we should grab Stein. I always thought Kaiba McCur's intro duels. I think this fits Kaiba pretty well. It's very intense. I don't recall Bakur's off the top of my head, but I always liked it. Can we get into, like, Heavy Storm? Will we Magic Jammer this, though? No. What traps is Kaiba? Mirror Force. We get another MST, ideally. Both. Music pairing. I mean, I'm pretty much good with all the. Yeah, 2 likes. We need 2 likes left in less than a minute. We can get there, I believe. Bim. Janjo, me boy! Sponge boy, me bob! What's up? Two chasers? Yeah. Why did that... Get out of Google Drive. Hey, 5 likes for 5 minutes. Let's go. That never happens. I'm very excited for that. Okay, that's a Sebek's Blessing. That's the one that gives life points. Interesting. Alright. Let's give him a taste of his own medicine. Confident in our deck. The ultimate creature of ultimate destruction. Let's just hope he doesn't do the same thing for us and kill our Cyberstein. It's really the only issue for strategy. Not only does it drop our life points low, but Stein is low in and of itself. We don't have any protection at the moment. Now, the question is, can we get to 10 likes in 10 minutes? That's the ultimate test of... Okay, Sangan, that's fine. Any Megamorph? We do not have Megamorph in our deck. I think we do have the card in our trunk, but I feel like it's a little bit too iffy, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is a game right here. I think the only equip... Well, I think we have two equip magic. One is Snatch Steal, the other being... Acts of Despair, I believe. And we could potentially add Megamorph, but I feel like we don't need it. Like, this isn't like an OTK deck. But... It's not the worst thing. I feel like this has to have Forceful Sentry. I kind of want that Forceful Sentry. Nope, we get Hero Shadow Scout though, so maybe let me just. Or maybe we don't have Megamorph actually. Yeah, no, we get Stein, but no Reasoning Gate. Yeah, I don't think we have Megamorph, actually. Well, never mind. I guess we can't do that. A field is any place two duels have joined in battle. A duel can only go one of two ways. Either you win. The only reason I lost is because you won. How's everybody doing tonight? This evening? It's not nighttime yet where I'm at. Interesting. Yo, Skadask, what's up? You can't tie, but at the end of a match, though, someone's gotta win. He sounded really deep. A win is a win, and a loss is a loss. Light is light, and darkness is dark. Maybe he's right. Exodia only? Andrew, what's up? Hey, maybe if we do like another playthrough, we could totally do like Exodia. Give me a Summon Skull. Ah, don't like that. I mean, we can just Graceful it, though. Oh, Neon White. Oh, nice. I haven't played it, but I've seen it. That looks really fun. You ever heard of this game called Viewfinder? That one looks pretty sick. Empty Jar. I consider doing like an Empty Jar type of strategy, but didn't quite get around to it. Because we had like Needleworms and Morphing Jar, but I just don't feel like our deck was quite at that level. So that's not like a Magic Jammer he's got. Yeah, Rising Jericho, what's up? So in terms of the TCG, this goes as far as Pharaoh's Servant. So 2000, you know, like December 2002. OCG, I mean, it's Series 3 OCG. I don't know the exact set. Maybe, what was it, like Pharaoh's Inheritance? Was that the set I'm thinking of? Yo, Ryu Gamer, what's up? Yeah, I actually own a Mechanical Chaser TP1. That's a European one. Let's see, the Worldwide Edition Sacred Cards. I'm sure we'll get around to those. I don't know what that card is. Whatever. Nah, we're fairly far from Scientist FTK. I think this is like early Series 3 OCG. Yes, Scientists would have to wait for TCG like 4 more sets. Force Raider. Interesting. That's not a battle trap. It's not a spell negate. It might be Sebek's Blessing. Oh, shysta. And the Nimble Momonga. That's because he has that. It's kind of counterintuitive for his... I know it's for Cyber Sign. It's also counterintuitive to Megamorph. Yeah, I definitely want to get to Sacred Card. Sacred Cards might be the next Yu-Gi-Oh game I play. I might do a thing where it's like Yu-Gi-Oh game, non-Yu-Gi-Oh game, and then just kind of go back and forth. Someone's called Beatdown. But I guess we'll ultimately see. What are my choices? I can go over Bamanga if anything. Skull's there. I guess I'll have to tribute. Also, if anyone likes Let's Plays and stuff, check out Rising Jericho's channel. He does some fun stuff and streams as well. I wish this was OCG where I could just activate Sing again from hand. We'll dump Sand in. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, like, it's gimmicky, but I think, like, the story mode makes Sacred Cards fun. Troubadour, I want to play. I've never played Nightmare Troubadour. Gamer goes LB to Rise of Destiny. Maybe one of, like, the worldwide games. I don't know, like, the entire history of games, but that might be something. Yeah, there's, like, Troubadour. There's a couple of GX ones I want to play, too. Okay, that's not Mirror Force. It still could be Sebek's Blessing, for all we know. I'd say it's over 5 hours. I mean, I did spend the one stream grinding it. Each stream has been like 2.5 to 3 hours. This is stream number 7. I mean, you could also put in passcodes to just immediately build a super heavy deck. We only did like 5 passcodes. I wish I could check the field. He had a face down, 2 Momongas. Maybe Duo. Like, if you build, like, just an Exodia deck, you could probably crush through this game. I either want Graceful or Duo. Let's just do Graceful. Maybe into, like, a Raigek or something. Like a World Championship. Yeah, there's a lot of World Championship decks. Or, games, not desks. I'm just gonna... No, crap, no, he is under Prima. Yeah, well, this is the... What is this, like, the April ban list? In terms of, like, OCG cards. Or, in terms of, like, the card pool, it's essentially, like, the April 2003 ban list, where Graceful's at 2. So you have Pot of Greed and 2 Gracefuls. On top of everything else. Upstart Goblin. There's a Pot of Greed. Yeah, I think we're just get rid of the skull. Sebek's Blessing, Solemn Judgment. Who runs Solemn Judgment and Cyberstein? Oy vey. Busted magic cards. Oh, yeah. That's why you play, like, DMA or Yu-Gi-Oh! Especially pre-ban list. And we did get... We could reborn... I don't think we need to yet. Let's not be too greedy. 3DS emulator. I've never heard anything about the 3DS games. Wait, that's a saying, I just realized. Yeah, I feel like you kind of hear about the DS games, and then that's kind of it. Aside from, like, Master Duel or, you know, like the iOS games. Legacy of the Duelist also was around. We'll just go ahead and do this thing. Also, what's up, Yugi? I don't think I said what's up yet. I used to have Legacy of the Duelist on the Switch. When I used to do video game content, primarily I streamed that. At least like the DM era story. World Carnival. That's probably around... Yo, Buki, what's up? It's probably... 3DS is probably around Dragon Rulers. That's what, like 2013 meta? I don't know if Cannon Soldier has really done much for us. I just don't like I feel like with all the modern games, like Master Duel is kind of like its own thing. I feel like Magic Jammer. I do feel like Legacy of the Duelist is a bit unfortunate because it's not Master Duel and it's not Dueling Book, right? I'm gonna save the Snatch. Yeah, well, I added Cannon Soldier just in case we get to, like, that low amount and you can kind of, like, burn through things. But, yeah, I don't know if it's really doing much. Yeah, I haven't got around to Dragon Rulers in my history series yet, but we're getting there. That sounds about right, though. Sounds like it all lines up. Rush Duel is a, currently Japanese only, like... It's like a side game, kind of, a Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't necessarily want to call it an alternate format, but it's much more of its own thing than, like, Speed Duels is, you know? I wish I had, like, Raigeki. Yeah, I played a little bit of Legacy of the Duelist. I built like a couple decks, but I never really got into it too much. Like the gimmick decks are kind of fun, but you know, kind of is what it is. Yeah, Speed Duels is like cardboard Duel Links, more or less. I actually really like Speed Duels. It's the closest to feeling like a modern retro Yu-Gi-Oh! And there's just like a lot of fun, like legacy support. Like in Speed Duels, that's how you can play decks like Serpent Knight Dragon, Hyozan Ryu, Dark Scorpions, all that fun jazz. Yeah. This is 2002 Yu-Gi-Oh! In a nutshell, with the asterisk of OCG cards. Like Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and Meteor Black Dragon. Like, I haven't played Master Duels yet, but that's really because 2 reasons. One, I kind of just rather play other things. And 2, yeah, when it came out, I know that was like the big Yu-Gi-Oh thing. You know, it was like 2 years ago. And so I figured everyone was already playing it, so like, they don't need me to play it for like content, you know what I mean? Yeah, I just wish Speed Duels, like Speed Duels is underrated. I just wish it had more of consistent like releases and a better list. I'm not the biggest fan of like the lists they recently updated. No, I'm looking for that Forceful Century. Let's see what we can replace Cannon Soldier with. Yeah, like all I hear about Master Duel pretty much just distills down to Max C. We'll probably add another MST. White Magical Hat was pretty fun in our deck, not gonna lie. I actually have currently built a plant deck, and Griggle was in the deck at one point. World Decree is nice too, honestly. I know we never used it. You are mine. Yeah, at least take me to a nice Italian dinner first. Your soul is mine. Yeah, I don't know what we would replace. Like, these are like the consideration cards, basically. This is my side deck, which it only ever works in those like random tournament matches. Like, we have a lot of destruction. I kind of like to keep it consistent with monsters. Like, World Decree got destroyed like 9 times out of 10. Garvis. More like garbage. We already have a bunch of Gemini elves. I don't add anything otherwise. What about effect monsters? Our Winged Dragon Raw we cannot use. Gate Guardian we can't use either. Yeah, we don't really have any other like good cards. Like, I do like my Magical Hat. Could just do like a trap hole, honestly. Or maybe like a 7 tools. Unfortunately, Sphere Mode's not released yet. Turbo Dual Mechanic. Oh, goodness gracious. What do we want to add? True Dam might be good, just with, like, since we're running Cyberstein. Let's go with Trunade. Let's see how we like this. Alrighty then. I need a shave. It's amazing. I used to be like beard only, never shave, but like after kind of shaving for a while, it's like I kind of go for a shave. Oh, was his pre-duel a thing? I'll have to keep listening to that. Ideally, we can just blow them away quickly. Hopefully he doesn't heavy storm. He took our strategy! Oh no, he's going for it. He's going for it, fam. Raigeki, he's going for it! Oh, hate to see it. Yeah, Dark Disorders and Forbidden Memories are kind of like sister games. Like, they have like the same mechanics. With like the astrology stuff. Rip Kaiba. And just because of that, now we can definitely like blow him out. Trinade immediately putting in work. Kaiba, you played yourself, bro. Yeah, they're based on, like, considered rules for the game. I would like to play Dark Stories on stream at some point, too. Because that was the first Yu game I've ever played. Neutron Blast! Well, he's been defeated, thrice, sir. Forceful Sentry, please. No, another upstart, but I don't think we need more upstarts. I mean, honestly, we could probably take out one of the upstarts. Right? Like, we already kind of have. But it is nice, though, to get us into, like, our combo pieces, potentially, but we do have some other things. So I think we can trim down to 41 now that I'm considering it. Game facts. Yeah, I would definitely have to like use guides for those games for sure. Like, yeah, even with Forbidden Memories, I would need some sort of mod to make it more tolerable because I don't want to grind. You know, this some janky game. Alright. Graceful goes through. Harpies. Yeah, I know there's like that 15 card mod I feel like I would kind of have to use. At the very least. He always knows the right card to set. This game seems harder. This game, it's easier right now than like the last time I played it. I don't know if that has to do with grind. I don't know if that's just like me as a guy playing a game, or what. Maybe we just have better luck with our cards. We did. I mean, we have used some passwords to just give us like what I feel like are kind of like the necessary cards, like, you know, general staples. But it does have its challenge, especially early game. If you play this like without any passcodes early game, it definitely like is a climb. But I think that one grind stream we did against Mako was really nice. No traps, though. Ah, goodness. Set. Cyber sign, please. No. Now, let's see what this takes us. There's the Mirror Force. Gosh darn it. That's fine. As long as it isn't like Flip Monster or Cyber Sign. Twin-headed Fire Dragon. That's the first. This card's kind of fun looking. It's one of the few like solid one-tribute fire monsters in DM era. I think I will take that. I do. You have to keep in mind you do want to kind of get Kaiba below threshold of Cyber Sign if possible. So you do want to kind of get pressure in on him. We're not quite there yet, but see what we can do. Yeah, there wasn't really any like pyro duels really for quite a while. Yeah, I mean, fire didn't even, like, exist in Volume 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, we have Harpies, so let's get the Charity. So we got Sangan. I mean, we didn't really see a fire duelist really like until what, Axel Brody from GX. It's not letting me get into like any of my cards I really want. Oops, all spells. Love thy enemies. What is up? We do have a really great spell lineup though. Manino Globs, what's up? Oops, only spells. I mean, if it gets us to what we want, then boy howdy, I'll take it. Where's our Summon Skull? Am I missing Summon Skull? Is he already in Graveyard or something? We might have already dumped him with something. I don't recall this. I know we spent a lot of work on this deck in all the streams. And then I guess Axe of Despair, just kind of the useful ones. We need another one. Goodness. I don't know. Fissure. Fuck it. Looks like we got the Fissure. Hey, in the upcoming Maze of whatever set, they're actually releasing a generic card to search out like pyro monsters. It's called Bonfire. Ultimate Baseball Kid. Yeah, also in Speed Duels, there's Raging Flame Sprite as well. That has like it's like a solid deck. I mean, even like there's been meta fire decks before, like Salamangreat, Great, for example. Flamville wasn't top tier, but it had, you know, its stuff. Bill Lee, what's up? What's going good? So far, against Kaiba is going good. He is getting... I spoke too soon, I suppose. He got his Fire Dragon back. I think we will call the Haunted. So we can block the Komori Dragon with some skull. There he is. Synchro deck. Nice. What kind of synchro deck? Been making a lot of effort on my synchro era history videos. Actually, the 5Ds era in terms of my videos is officially done. I exported the final video, which it won't be out till like November, but I finished editing it today, which is very exciting. Oh, he's definitely dead here. I want to do like a special episode in December on some meta topic from a history series. Not sure what though. Stardust, nice. The Stardust are cool. Not my favorite synchro stuff, but they get the job done. I think we have to duel Kaiba one more time. By the way, this stream will kind of have like a hard out, but we have plenty of time before that. I just want that Forceful Sentry. Damn it. That's kind of a fun card for equip strategies and swords. A friendship deck. There is actually an OCG deck that uses Unity and Yugioh friendship in a Dark World strategy to like force your opponent to shake your hand kind of thing. Listen to this for a second. I can't recall Kaiba's encounter theme in Forbidden Memories. But maybe this is it. So can we get this to 10 likes? We got 6, we just need 4. I think we can get there. Okay. That's all we can do. Ignore Dark Knight. Honestly, if Dark Knight was a skill in, like, speed duels, I think I would lose my shit. They only do, like, anime stuff, though. It's a little unfortunate, but... what are you gonna do? Do I have Harpies? No. Ah, that blows. Well, we can just blind something, I suppose. Or bait something out. Works for me. See, really the most friendship deck is the one that just destroys your opponent. Oh, he's got Blue Eyes Engrave. Keep that in mind. I kind of want to change our heart. I don't think it's a flip monster, but if he mirror forces... Sure. I think it's the first time resolving Cyberjar. But there's not really a good way around that. And I'd rather use Cyberjar on my turn anyway. Naming decks. I mean, that's fun. Like, that's how decks used to be. Like, especially in 2002. I was hoping for, like, a Harpies or something. We got, like, all monsters. Our deck is stacked. I feel like the AI cheats when they stack our deck. Not that they actually stack our deck, you know, but it feels like they basically do. The Cyberjar is nuts. It's essentially a flip effect Dark Hole. Right. I should attack with the Chasers first. Alright, well, it's no Mirror Force. That's at least good to know. You know that's a Mamanga. Safe to attack. And that's why I did set the Sangan, in case it's a Mirror Force. Which, I mean, yeah, it's Sangan, so I would have been probably fine on attack mode, but I'd rather keep some field presence. Honestly, it's definitely up there. Like, it's probably only one of two notable monsters from, like, Magic Ruler, aside from Relinquished. Right? Archfiend Dragon deck, interesting. But yeah, Cyber Jar is kind of busted. Speaking of Cybers, because he can use that twice now because of my manga, isn't that a little nutty? Oh no! Ow! 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 And he's gonna take some, because take some in regards to me getting something back, which I don't know if I can even use Cyber Sign at this point, though. That's the thing. Jar might be helpful. I don't really have, like, a good out at the moment. Yeah, he got real dangerous. You got that right, Globs. Yeah, just slightly over. Dragon Link. Dragon Link, I think, is really fun. I think I remember when the deck was kind of discovered, it was with, like, that Blue Eyes variant. When people were like, oh, you can just put all these dragon stuff together? Works? Blue Eyes? That was kind of wild. It's one of the few decks I can kind of watch in Modern, because, you know, I use, like, Rocket stuff now, mainly, which, you know, I fucked with Rockets a little bit. Those cards are kind of nutty, I think. I think they still are. Because I think I got 3 of the Rocket. That might have been the last deck I got a 3 of. It's the Rocket. Thanks to Raigeki, but where are the heck... I mean, if they negate this, we'll use Dark Hole. Fine by me. They haven't used Mirror Force yet, have they? No. Oh yeah, I love, like, it's kind of one of the few good stuff. Like, there's that and, like Danger, Bestials, you know, like, kind of Danger Engine and stuff. Like, there's sort of, like, engines that it's kind of like good stuff. Like, you know, like Bestials or the Kashtira, Albaz, Adventure. There's, like, engines things. I don't know if I want to attack. Chaos Face. Was there a reason why Chaos Face went to 1? I don't recall it being, like, you know, like one of those decks. Or one of those, like, cards. I think I had, like, a build of Blue Eyes with Chaos Face, but I think I took that out because I made, like, a pure light variant. Oh, Borderlands is really fun. That card, I'm surprised, didn't, like, shoot up in value or anything when that started to be used more. It's still, like, a dirt cheap card. I mean, even now you can get Boral Load and Boral Sword just like that. Which is crazy to think about. Like, I remember when Boral Load was, like, a $60 secret rare. It's like, you either get that, or you either get Firewall. Like, all those, like, Link... When you see a Link 5, it's pretty dope. Like, Link 5 and Link 6s. Like, you don't see many of that. It's like Borderland, Underworld Goddess. Sometimes you see, like, 5-headed Link Dragon and, like, Crystal Beast builds. Where is all our back row destruction, bro? There's a Trunade. You're dead. Don't think we need Morphing Jar at this point. Let's just snipe something out. I swear to God, it's the Beck's Blessing. Okay, another MST. Okay. I think we've learned in this game, like, a strategy is to just not set cards, because they will almost always MST it. Yep. They don't really bait. They don't bait their own cards out, though. That's, like, the weird thing. We can bait cards out, but computers don't. Like, they'll know set cards. But that's kind of, like, the extent of, like, on-field stuff. Yo, 10 likes at the 5th defeat of Kaiba. Will we get Forceful Sentry? No, we got Snatch Seal, though. But High Tide Gyojin. This card was used in early water decks and speed duels. This is currently in my plant deck. My plant goat deck I have. It's a plant chaos deck. This card is used in Reversal Quiz OTK, Snatch Seal, stapled goat format. Taiho number 2. This card was actually used in very trash tier Hazy Flame decks as a like level 6 fire monster. So all these cards, this is your history lesson right here. That's 555. Now we got Yugi. Are you all hyped for dueling Yugi? Yami Yugi of all Yugis. We dueled Yugi, base Yugi before, but this is Yami variety. Damn, Dark Magician Girl looking sexy. Hey, sexy lady. Up, 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 a Yami style. Alright. You're going down, Yugs. Sanjin Raigek. Set to bait out something. And turn. I will show him who the true protagonist is. Me and my gross hair. Got the Gemini Elf. Uncensored DMG. You can't beat it. And we wouldn't get that art for quite a long time, either. Like, I think it came out in the Legendary decks, I believe. Let's see. Stein is cool. Don't set, don't set. Excellent. Ooh, we can change a heart. That's at least 5k. Though. Like, the problem is I don't think we can kill. Right, 5k. Well, it's over 5k plus. We're like 1,000 short, I think, roughly. Which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, let's... Slappers! Absolute bangers. Cyberstein Fusion! Into the ultimate creature of ultimate destruction! We can use this for a witch, too. So Call Haunted improves with that, if they decide to blow it up. Yeah, this game soundtrack is so good. Like, the three things I really like about this game is the soundtrack, the, like, 2002 nostalgia card pool, and, it's, like, it's just simple, right? Like, there's no... It's just duels. Just, like, a basic-ass screen. Very, very basic. Which makes it good for, like, a quick, you know... pick up and play game. Alpha. See, they're definitely playing anime cards, so... Fortunately, that's the end for him. There's a chance he has Karibo, but... I'll take my chances, because we have Call the Haunted, too. I haven't really played Stairway. Like, I don't have an issue with that stuff. I mean, I like... I like sacred cards for like its story mode, but like each game has their own strengths and weaknesses. And I like this because of this. Not to take away from games that have more complicated stuff. But like this is like probably the most pick up and just play with that classic experience. I don't know how many times we can keep going through this and not getting... Like, is Forceful Sentry even in this pack? I think they're all in the same pack, right? Yeah. Alright, so far, pretty good. I think, like, our win condition clearly is, like, Cyberstein and Back Row Disruption. So curious, what are your all favorite color schemes of Dark Magician? There's the purple, there's this, like, blue with the red, there's the red, there's the black one, like the Takahashi one, you know what I mean? I'm probably missing one. Yeah, like, we're checking the Relinquish pack, we just haven't seen that one card. Yeah, Cyber Science is so good. Like, I was so shocked when we got that. When we did, and just how, like, right away we got Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon in that, like, premium pack. We're not giving you story mode. Yeah, but, like, this is what the game, like, needed to be, right? As, like, the first real simulator. Like, it didn't need to have all the frills of the later games. Like, when you get later on, yeah, you have to start giving them more. But as far as, like, this game goes, like, this is all it needed to do, was this. And, you know, for the most part, it did it pretty well. I think it holds up well, all things considered. I mean, yeah, there's some, like, kinks and stuff, like card activation and AI quirks and whatnot, but it's 2002, what are you gonna do? The LB one, green skin, blonde. Yeah, I think that's, like, the blue with the red accents, right? I wish we had some sort of destruction, so we're just gonna... I'm gonna do this. I don't know what exact cards Yugi has. I do like the LB art. I'm more of a fan of the, oh. Okay. Anime indeed. I am more a fan of, like, the starter deck art. That's probably my favorite art, but I'm also a big fan of the Arcana Dark Magician as well. But yeah, like, the Blue Eyes one looks really cool. Like, I was really hyped when that came out in... That art was re-released in the starter deck Yugi Evolution. What do we do? Well, because, like, when I saw the Dark Magician, that was, like, the alternate art, so it was, like, being able to get that was just... Like, that was a big hook for me for that deck. Huh. I think we just Cyberstein, right? Mirror Force Gaunts, that makes this more safe. Dark Magic Garden Stairway to the Destined Duel. There's a chance we can't destroy whatever this face down card is, but well, at least destroy the one we know we can blow up. Interesting. We will... That's actually a lot of damage. But we can at least get through this Big Shield Gardener. Another OCG import. Like, that's another cool thing about this game, too. Is that it's 2002 Yu-Gi-Oh! But you get a bunch of OCG cards that were not released when this game came out. Like Graceful Charity and Big Shield Gardener. We will have to do this. We're very low on life points. Okay, so he has like a defensive deck, it seems like. Pretty sure this is just game. Any monster engrave? No. A little tougher than the last time, but we got there thanks to Cyberstein. Like, the 2 Sandgans and Witch is really nice. Do we have 2 Witches and 2 Sandgans? Don't recall. Another Delinquent Duo, but... Hey, maybe we'll get another God card. That'd be hype. Eternal Dual Soul. Oh yeah, it's definitely in my top 5 too. Nothing good. We have a lot of polys at this point though. Let me just check my deck real quick. Okay, we have 1 Witch. 2 Sangan. I think we could add another one. I think it might be at... Oh no, we can add 2. Interesting. I feel like it's... We probably just want to get rid of swords, I think. I don't think we've really done anything with swords. Put that inside. I feel like witches get us, like, a lot of things. Yami Yugi, take 2. This music's so good, isn't it? Bop to this. More like Eternal Duelist Dark Soul. Huh. I kind of want to... Ooh, actually, let's duo. The problem with these cards, it puts us really on edge with, like, Stein, but I think the advantage is too big not to ignore. And we'll set this guy to bait out Trap Hole. How about that? Sanctuary! That I don't like. But that's it, though. I will gladly have you storm this field. So we can get some, like, sick advantage. But this does make us very susceptible to, counter offense. Probably, I don't think it would receive an errata. Like, I don't know what you would even errata to. Like, you would have to completely destroy the card. Like, I'm not even a big fan to erratas like that anyway. I don't think they should. I think stuff like Sangan and Chaos Emperor Dragon, right? Like, that kind of stuff. Like, really shouldn't. Like, they would, like, have to heavily neuter. Like, there's already a bunch of hand loop stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh! The same thing with, like, Pot of Greed, right? Just these, like, uber generic cards. He must have bricked hard. Yeah, like, it defeats the entire, like, design of the card. Like, it's basically like... Chaos Emperor Dragon is, like, nothing like itself anymore. Which, you know, it's fair for the game. Same thing with, like, Sandgam, but it's like... Yeah, it's the whole history of the card. And what's even more annoying is that when you play old formats, and people who aren't familiar with them are going to want to buy cards like Sangan and Ring of Destruction, and then just being, like... being confused on if they can use the card. Like, I've experienced this with other people that have decks that had, like, Ring of Destruction. Like, well, I didn't think to activate this because, you know, it doesn't say it works like the way it does. Like that's like another thing that's really annoying, especially in speed duels. Speed duels, when they errata skills like all the time, like it's hard to find them, and they release. And it's not like they release them right away. You have to find them in like tournament packs or something, and it's like I think speed duels is way worse about it. But I'm pretty sure it's because like people voted on like errating or banning, and they voted on like errata, which is just stupid. It's like, if you have to keep the card on the list, just keep it on the list. You can make a retrain. Just do that. Like, they made Chaos Emperor Dragon King of Armageddon. That's his name, I think. Yeah, just make, like, a new Sangan. Or bring it back and see what happens. That's what we did with Yatagarasu and Change of Heart. Alright, one face down. Tribute to the Doom would be cool. Or Change of Heart. Don't need Sangan. Yo, also, Sojin, what's up? that was my soapbox. Can we get... Reborn would be sick. Nah. We'll take damage next turn from Witch attacking into us, but... What can you do? Yeah, like, at least with Sangan Witch, it's like, okay, you can't use the card when you summon it. And again, with something like Chaos Emperor Dragon, I get it. Right. And it's not like they do it with every card either. Like, Necro Valley is kind of a weird case. Necro Valley has gone up and down in power. I think currently it's like pretty good in power. But I do think they should just like agree on something. And I feel like they, for the most part, they kind of have. With like, it's like, what was it, like the Dual USA printing? Like, I don't know why that's, like, a card they just can't decide on. Like, it's just, it opens up a whole can of worms, and I don't think it's best for the game. Like, this is why, was a traditional format exists? Oh, now we get the monster. Oh, stupid. Why even? Whatever. Like I said, the AI, if they have a Magic Jammer, they will use it. Yeah, D-Mock is like another one. D-Mock, it was just... Like, why even bring it back if you're just gonna, like, neuter it, right? People don't want to play it if you're gonna... Like, it's totally stupid. Yeah, I mean, there are some combos that take a long time, Xavier. Like Library FTK decks, like Spell Economics, Reversal Quiz OTK. And that's since 2005. Hand Traps. Now, Hand Trap existed back 2002. Karibo. You know? Gravekeeper's Watcher. Another one. I feel like, obviously, you know, I'm kind of a Yugi boomer. I lean towards the retro stuff. You know, big supporter of it over, like, modern stuff. But I will say, a lot of people's complaints with, like, modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of also, like, applies, maybe not in such a saturated way. A lot of it still kind of applies to retro Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, time... That's another case of Konami just being confusing to everyone. Yeah, last duel with Yugi. Can't believe we're kind of just blazing through Yugi. He scared us that one Course of Sanctuary play, but that was about it. Kashtira. Well, Kashtira's still around. I mean, people still play Fenrir, right? Like Unicorn. Like they weren't banned. I mean, the Rise Heart's banned. I mean, that's like much needed. We have been getting pretty lucky on the Cyber Science stuff, but now we kind of don't. I wish we could look at our hands. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, it's definitely slower, but you still have like some, depending on the format, of course, you know. Like look at Chaos Yada format or Teledad format. Goodness. I'm gonna say this card. Yeah, soundtrack's so good. Because now we can at least set that safely. You know, like, another example, people talk about how the cards now are, like, way too confusing. Like, have you seen old cards? Problem-solving card text fixed so much confusing card effects and things that just made no sense or contradicting things, or, like, the text was all over the place. Like, look at anything with... Like, I remember when Metal Raiders came out, I was looking at some of these cards... like Mushroom Man #2 and Yadokar, be like, what the hell is this? Like Yadokar, they even got the effect wrong. They had to reprint it. I mean, when Pharaoh's, not Pharaoh's, when Pharaonic Garden came out, people were really complaining about them too. Being like, what is this? Like, what are these cards? Like Reasoning, Buster Rancher, Mirage and Nightmare, these cards are way too confusing. This is dumb. You know, people are making these criticisms back then too. Just pointing that out. I like casual, like, modern Yu-Gi-Oh! In regards to, you can use, like, any card, right? Like, theoretically, aside from, you know, like, the banned cards. But I do like building, if you want to build, like, a... you know, like a fun, I don't know, Fossil Adamancipator rock deck. Like, you can do that. Doesn't need to be... like, you don't need to be playing these, like, top-tier decks, right? Like, they just kind of are. Like, just find, like, a deck that you wanted to play, and then you can just use any card, just as long as it fits in your budget. But budget builds do exist, and that's what's nice thing about these cards. Like, you don't need to spend a fortune on building this, you know, high rarity or max efficient Blue Eyes deck, right? Like, you can build, like, older styles, or just replacement for cards, or maybe a different engine that's put in there. Whether it is, like, a Chaos build with... you know, like Dangers and Chaos Space and Black Dragon Clap Serpent, or whatever it's called. Or you can do like a classic one with like Maiden of Eyes of Blue, or Fusion build, or a Chaos Max build. There are things to do, you know what I mean? Oh, Cyber, Jesus. Like, I entered a Dark Magician deck in, like, Spiral format, and I got wrecked. Now, granted, that was kind of my fault, not really knowing the meta, paying too much attention at the time with anything. It's really opened my eyes, but, this isn't funny anymore. But, you know, sometimes it's just how the game works. Yeah. I did have a cool combo, though. They used with that Spiral drone to, like, stack my deck. But then I used Illusion Magic to, like, shuffle my deck. Oh, very hype. God, God, we did that quick. I still have like an hour. No losses too. I think that's the first. We lost against Merrick once. Lost against Weevil and Mako once. And we lost against Okura once. Y'all excited to see this new page? Ooh. Dual computer. Also, I like this like background. It's just cards. Dual computer and Pegasus. Cause we did get Toon World. I don't recall how to unlock the other characters, but we'll, you know, take it one step at a time. Because one of them is like Grandpa, right? And I don't remember what the other character is. We are literally dueling the AI. I am ready to thrash you. Technically speaking. Simon. Is there a way to, like, unlock that tournament? Also, how am I... Are we supposed to beat these AI, like, a certain number of times? Too? Like, are we supposed to beat them 6 times? I don't recall. Schedule calendar. I don't know where we are on the calendar. Woof. Delinquent Duo. Oh my god, this is gonna... Oh no. Well, Okay, so we just, I don't know, beat them 1 to 3 times. Each time you're contact with a monster, must send top card next to the grave. So it's supposed to counter our deck. Man-eater bug. Well, what did we lose? Graceful. Supposed to counter our deck. I mean, that makes sense. I don't like it. I don't have to like it. Especially if you want to keep setting cards like a jerk. I'm a little skeptical with that, of like defense of faith. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So I think in that regard we'll set the Dark Hole. Kills his duo. I don't know how the AI works with duo, if like they wait for 2 cards or what. Nat's Torment. Is there a way to get to like Nat's Torment quick? We did use a code for Gemini, but we ended up getting like 3 other Gemini elves in the packs anyway. Well, now we can recycle Prima as well. Yeah, like, they give you a lot, like, later in the game. Well, actually, Sangin would be a good one to bring back. Since that gets destroyed from the field, then we can get another search. And we'll go ahead and set everything else. What are the chances of a cyber jar? Yeah, we use codes fairly sparingly, right? What are the cards? These just be like flip effect monsters. That's at least gets a duo. At least we set our cards. And that might be game, actually. The servant was kind of annoying, but I think as long as we kept our aggressive pressure, like, it's good. And that's kind of the issue with Gravekeeper Servant. Like, it's kind of slow and doesn't necessarily do anything. Have a nice day. I'm sure if we... This is probably something where we do, like, 5 duels, we get an extra pack, right? We are just not getting this Forceful Sentry, are we? I don't know, what do you say? Do we just do one and move on, or... Is there a fast way to do the Nats tourney? Like, is there a way to even, like, see when this thing is? It's probably Grandpa Cup. It's a long time from then. It's November. What's the Grandpa Cup? Ah. We can't just, like, change, right? Like, the date? Is there a way to do that? Because, like, we're in April. We gotta... So I guess the only thing we can do really is... That ain't happening on stream, I can tell you that much. So what should we do with at least these two guys then? Duel once, do 3 times. Or at least do them a second time. I'm thinking 3 times. That's like 3 times is kind of like a complete match, right? I mean, this guy's definitely tough, you know. Alrighty then. See what he's got. Set. Well, Mania Bug's a bit of annoyance. I don't know what the face down is either. Negate attack. Alrighty then. Don't worry, Xavier. We'll get to Pegasus. We'll get there. Yep, there's the bug. We do not have Imperial Order. Do we ever get the set that has IO? I think Dual Computer is by... You get that by default. I think you just get that by beating the people 5 times. We did get Toon World in a pack. I do recall that. Ring of Destruction. Or Bell of Destruction, I'm sorry. Interesting. I would be really nice to have, but yeah, I don't think we've found, like, that Pharaoh Servant pack yet. Like, the only, like, that's kind of the only negation that would, like, negate spells. Like, we haven't seen, like, Janjo or anything of the sort. Interesting. That's fine. I'll get a search. To what? I'm not entirely sure. I guess Witch. Keep this rotation. And then we'll, beat Autem 20 times. Yeah, I don't think that... I feel like it's so late in the game. Like, I don't want to do that. Especially since we're, like, so late. I'm kind of ready to, like, start playing other games, even though, like, I'm still enjoying this game. Right? Ooh, I'd like... That might be game. Because this is at least, like, 52 with this guy. Of course, unless he's running, like, a Karibo, but we've only seen Karibo, I think, like, once. I mean, it's definitely this kind of thing that, like, you want to grind a lot, but it's also the kind of thing, like, you will probably only want to do that if you're really trying to make, like, this ultimate deck, and, or, you know, this is, like, the only game that was out at the time, right? Now it's like, I could just put in the passcodes for it if I really wanted to. Because, like, I did that stream grind against Mako, but it's just, like, I don't know, at that point, it's, like, it's not, like, super fun grinding in this game. Like, unless you're playing, like, Exodia decks, but I feel like we could just spend that time playing other games, you know what I mean? Can we please get Forceful Sentry? Because, like, yeah, we could grind, right, to get to that. But, I mean, like, maybe I'll look into that, but I feel like I have to, like, grind it within, like, a reasonable time, because I don't want to spend, like, you know, weeks just trying to get this dude, or, like, a whole day. That's time that could probably be used elsewhere, right? Something a little more productive than grinding game. Because I think, like, that is an important aspect of the game to, like, consider, is, like, there is grinding that makes something as kind of annoying. Alright, Morphing Jar 2 and Gemini Elf. I think that's the first M2 we've seen. Bistro Butcher. Does his deck change at all, I wonder? Or is it, like, default? So I feel like the calendar thing is a little dumb, right? Like, it'd be cool if there was... Like, honestly, if the grinding was just, like, 210 duels, it'd be much better. But I think the 20 really just makes it banal. Like, 10 duels, I think, is much more manageable. Like, that'd be a mod I could get behind. And I feel like this last tier, like, it really should have been, like, beat them and then you unlock the next one, right? Like a Elite Four kind of thing. Oh, thanks, Xavier. I try my best. Like, we are kind of wrecking through people with Stein. The monster kind of scares me. But we gotta do what we gotta do. Like, I feel like they could have done a better way. Or, like, if anyone decides to, like, mod this stuff. Or just having them unlock from the Cyber Jar! No! Oh, it's... And their deck is stacked! Our deck is hardcore stacked! What the frick? Oh my god, that was the most painful Cyber Jars. We have to get rid of the bell. Thankfully, we have a lot of gas. I think we'll have to work with this. I don't mind any other card in my hand. Can't negate anything. Chaser. Or a Sangan. I don't know what that last card's a new card. I know that's a Faith. I kind of want a Dark Hole, because I know that's a Faith, right? I'd rather not him get Faith. That's fine. I think we can still make this work, though. Because we can get back Chaser. Yo, Preston, what's up? I am doing my best. We are currently in a pickle thanks to a Cyberstein of all cards. Or not Cyberstein, Cyber Jar, excuse me. But I think we're still in a good spot because of our strong back row support. And thanks to our equip card that we tactfully kept in our deck. How are you doing? You doing good? Can we pull this out our butt? Let's find out. I think we can. Oh boy, that was the first real stressful one. And we are really trying to get a Forceful Sentry just to have like the full treasures, but our luck is not in our favor, seemingly. I think that's 3 wins against Dual Computer. Alright, now we do Pegasus. We'll do Pegasus 3 times. Alright? What is this circus music? Nice to meet ya. I'm sure you've heard of me, that's right. I'm the duelist of duelists, the master of the masters. Maximilian Pegasus is the name. And dueling is my game. I can't wait to show you my stuff. Ho, 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 ho. I will probably do like a deck list thing. Like, either I'll make like a video or it might be like a Patreon thing. I'm thinking. I think we've got quite the spicy deck. It's a shame they don't have like their own original music seemingly for these duels. I assume he has like a normal last tune deck. Yes, please. Cyber Saiyan is so busted in this game. But we do have it, so of course we'll use it. And we got these cards fair and square, too. Pegasus is your daddy. He's not really a nice guy. Like, I know he's, like, silly and whatnot, and he does nicer things in, like, the anime, like, GX and stuff, but, like, you go back and, like, read the manga or, like, watch the anime, he is a huge dick. Like, he's a villain. Yeah, he's trying to revive his wife, but he's also, you know, extortion, kidnapping, attempted murder. Like... You know what I mean? Let's see. What's the best way to go about this? I think we just attack. No, it's not bad intentions. But also, like, I feel like the anime was kind of highlighting like the love aspect more. Like, in the manga, it was like... It was basically because he wanted to take control of Kaiba Corp, right? Like, they don't really explain it great in the anime. Because, like, they want to make it more of a love story. But the manga, it was like, it was more into the aspect of him taking over Kaiba Corp to use the technology of the holograms to revive his wife, right? Which sure is like to revive his wife, but he also wanted to, like, you know, take control of a whole corporation and via kidnap and extortion and a lot of very shady things. Good intentions at the end goal, sure, but it's not the way to do things. That's what makes him a bad guy, right? It's the morality of it. I don't feel like thinking, so I'm just gonna Prima. Like, I feel like the anime was kind of more like he wants the Millennium items to revive his wife, but the manga was like he needed Yugi to go to his island to defeat him, so like the board members can see Pegasus as like the guy who beat Kaiba. Because I was like, Yugi had the clout. Like, everyone knew he beat Kaiba. It was in front of, like, everyone, right? So, like, the big five, the board members, they were like, well, we're not gonna give you majority of Kaiba Corp if you can't, like, you know, if Kaiba's like the top guy, but this guy beat Kaiba, so if you can beat him, you can prove that you're like, you know, you're legit, right? Another Churne, though. Like, the manga's so good, by the way. I'm still sad that there hasn't been, like, a true to manga anime. Now, these packs suck. Like, we got the one raw the one time, but... which can't even use. That's been it, though. No problemo. I want to see the tunes. Can we get to 15 likes, by the way? Is that possible? Let's see what does he have? Magic Jammer, Black Illusion, and Relinquish. Pot of Greed. I'd rather not deal with Relinquished at all. At least with this, we know he can't really bluff. Like, we know he's got Magic Jammer, so we can probably, like, figure something out. Card-ass card pool. Yeah. Okay. Do we have a heavy... Oh, we drew into Harpies. We do know one of them, though, is probably... I don't know what the best way to bait out this card is. Yeah, we are one nation. What's up? This game is janky AF from memory. It kind of, like, it's a slow burn, but once you start getting the good packs, so you kind of, like, catch up fairly good. Like, it definitely promotes grinding. What's the best way? I think we don't need Dark Hole. I think we'll just attack. I'm just gonna attack. Probably should have kept the Change of Heart over the Snatch Steal. Red Archer. Like, I think our deck, like, it's kind of nice seeing how our deck really improved over time. Like, yeah, we use a couple of codes, but for the most part, I feel like it improved, like, pretty well. Yeah, let's bait this out. Well, I like sacred cards. What do you mean, like, sacred cards? Like, where it was... had the, like, gameplay quirks? Oh, the scrolling. Yeah, I feel like this game would be really nice with just a quality of life update. Like, being able to check more things more frequently. Some, like, card activation windows that don't exist. Like, activating stuff in the end phase. Yugi cheated. I mean, Pegasus was cheating, too. Like, hardcore. Like, technically speaking, Yami is, like, a cheat code, because, like, the whole thing with the Millennium Puzzle is that it gives you, like, knowledge, essentially, right? But, like, you know, when you against a cheater, it's like, all rules are off the table. The only one that's legit good is Kaiba. I mean, what do you mean by legit good? He's kind of an evil guy, too. He's had multiple schemes against Yugi. Like, he tried to murder his friends and his grandpa and almost blew everyone up on Alcatraz. Oh, skill-wise? I mean, it depends how you, like, look at it. I mean, it's hard to tell from, like, the manga in regards to, like, Pegasus. Like, you could say Merrick is skilled, but he's also, like, had to deal with a lot of kind of dumb stuff. But also, like, Bakura, I think Bakura is pretty skilled. I mean, in terms of, like, dual monsters. The popular Yugioh GBA game. Yeah, I mean, it might be. I would imagine it's games that have a bigger card pool, I would think. Ones that have more, like, actual, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, better card pool, just better sim all around. Yeah, like, Merrick has, like, a solid strategy, right? Can we get a Prima off? No, wait, don't use Prima, because Cyberstein. Like, he has the strategy with, like, a lot of his burn cards. In conjunction with, like, Shadow Realm shenanigans and, yeah, like, shenanigans otherwise. But, like, he kind of stomped my... Like, yeah, he had trouble against Joey. But I feel like a lot of that came down to Joey as a duelist, right? Can we get to, like, a Reborn? Can't use that. Don't need that. Reborn, please. I'll ensure the game. Hiya. I'm almost tempted to not even, like, use Stein, though. That's the thing. So if we use Stein... We'll go down to, like, 600. I mean, like, Merrick, when he fought against Yugi... Like, he also had, like, a whole unique strategy with that, too, which was just keep reviving Ra. Like, Merrick had, like, a lot of, like, legit strategies in his deck. And, like, he didn't really even need to use his Millennium Rod, right? It's not like Pegasus where he can actively cheat. Joey's great. What do I do? Do we, like, bank on them just not having a monster with Stein? I feel like that's too dangerous. I feel like we need to at least get one attack in. And then we can push forward. I think next turn, it's much more certainty. Can we get to 15 likes? Just need 2. Yeah, much safer. But, like, you could say that with, like, you know, like Yugi, right? Like, would he have defeated Bakura without Slifer? Probably not. At least in regards to, like, if you went by that duel and he didn't draw into a god card, right? Because, like, you say, like, yeah, well, if he didn't have Ra, but that's kind of, like, you know, against, like, a lot of the point. I mean, I feel like he was doing pretty well against Mai, right? Without before he got into Raw. No. Like, that's just like anime stuff, though. Alright, duel number 3 for Pegs. The song's pretty, like, jam as, like, a silly theme. So, yeah, again, I kind of... At this point, they didn't have, like, their own, like, unique themes. Like, I think Merrick still have, like, good burn strategy. I mean, look at him versus Joey, for example, right? Pegasus seems a lot easier than Dual Computer. I think Dual Computer had more, like, strategies in regards to, like, having a good deck as opposed to just anime-themed deck. Also, no monsters. Yeah, like, it'd be one thing if they gave him actual Millennium Eye shenanigans, right? Alright. Rip another card out of his hand. Toon World Cyberjar Harpies. Yeah, let's get that Cyberjar out of here. At least we kind of know that's not Cyberjar. Yeah, but that's Yami Merrick though. His whole shtick is like murdering people. Like he is. Like, you see this in the anime, but it definitely feels more prevalent in the manga. He is very deliciously evil. You know what I mean? I don't think Pegasus could have won. I think after, like, you got out a Ritual Monster and destroy his, like, trump card, like, the rest of his cards are just weak. Because, keep in mind, Pegasus' deck is basically, like, you got Relinquished, and then you got Toon World, right? Where Toon World's supposed to, like, buff up all of his weaker monsters. You didn't have that, because they got destroyed. Like, at least Pegasus... Or, no, I'm sorry. At least Merrick. His strategy didn't revolve around, like, a fragile card. You could kind of say Raw... But his strategy with Raw was to bring it back otherwise. Pegasus was kind of like very much a glass cannon. Right. I'm getting like a good amount. True to the Doomed. Don't need Trunade. Pop this card. Don't know what it is. Okay, I don't care. Manga, yeah, it's good. You pop that. Let's see. Oh yeah, and the strat makes perfect sense in regard, especially in regards to like a shonen manga. But, like, as a duelist, right? Like, he definitely relied on, like, very gimmicky cards and the fact that he cheated. As opposed to Merrick, which, like, he had more of like a it's a less gimmicky deck that relied on like, yeah, there was like Shadow Realm shenanigans, but it wasn't as terrible, right? Like, it wasn't as like cheating. It's still skeezy as fuck, but comparatively, right? I think that was a video I wanted to make like years ago, honestly. It was a Merrick versus Pegasus thing. Yeah, like Burn is a natural strat. Like, raw decks are now kind of a thing. Can we please get Forceful Century? God dang it. How does this card even work? Hey, Lava Golem is in Speed Duels, Sojima. Just saying. So, that does exist. And I think that's Eternal Duel of Soul. I mean, I don't want to grind out the other characters, because I feel like I get really sick of this game, and I want to enjoy this game as is. Yeah, like, I mean, it's hard to say because Pegasus does have the Millennium Eye, which does affect a lot. So if let's say he went up against Pegasus, Pegasus could see everything he has, and because of shonen shenanigans, he would have counters, right? He would know what to counter and everything. So it is hard to say. But Merrick does have stuff like, I think he has backward destruction. Like, he has like Trap Jammer, I think. He has like Lava Golem, which can just tribute over monsters. Right. He has Raw, which again, anime shenanigans kind of destroys everything. Right. So I don't know what, you know, when you put in shenanigans, it's hard to say what exactly happens. But I'm doing one more pass through the deck, by the way. Okay, holding leg and arms, which actually replaced those cards were not in the manga. Originally was Visor Death and Visor Shock. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny when you consider how polar opposites Merrick and Pegasus are, which I'm sure was intentional by Takahashi when developing his villains. Yeah, our deck became like a fearsome deck. It could be improved, probably. We don't. I mean, when it comes to like the AI, anyway, it's not like we really use Trap Hole or Skull often, but it's at least nice to have. I don't know what I'm going to play next week, though, because I think I'm going to start a new game next week. Might not be Yu-Gi-Oh! Themed. I'll put a poll up, see what everyone's, like, feeling. Yeah, no, he is very, like, torture porn, that Merrick. Which is kind of funny, you know, he goes from, like, normal Merrick, bunch of, like, good stuff, basically. Gravekeepers, if you want to go that far, to, torture deck. Yeah, Cyber Saiyan Blue Eyes Ultimate is insane. Like, we did have Meteor Black Dragon, but compared to, like, that, like, extra 1,000 goes a long way. Hey, Shad Moon. Oh, absolutely, I do want to play Nightmare Troubadour. My only thing with, like, streaming the Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, I don't want to get burned out on Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. Two Eyes. What's up, Joseph Delosier? Two Eyes. Now, he can read the mind. Read the mind and the heart. Makes it sink harder. Oh, yeah. Ultimate. I was very thrilled. I think we used Meteor Black like one time when we got him. I think we used Black Skull like once or twice. Like, it's amazing. All it takes is a couple like power cards, especially when we got the bunch of the two Sand Gans and Witches. So we can like search into these things and all the draw power. It's insane. Like this game is kind of like its own weird meta. Like yeah, it's an OCG meta, but it's kind of interesting. I'm sure I'll do like a video on this. Like maybe this will be my December history video. Like a review of this game. I think that'd be kind of interesting. Because that's kind of the reason why I'm playing this, right? In a way, is to like get the footage and get an idea of the game. I haven't written a game review in years. I don't think I'm particularly good at it, but maybe in the history context. But who's to say? Oh, you can definitely like mod Exodia. Like that's pretty much how you're supposed to grind in this game, really. Like realistically, in 2023, you want to make like an Exodia OTK deck to just grind, and then switch out your deck for like something better. But there's also the whole thing of saying like, well, do you want to play this game pure, or do you want to play it using a bunch of codes, so just like turbo out like a great deck, or do you want to do something like I did, which was kind of like a hybrid, right? Mostly pure, but just adding in like the quality of life good stuff in there. Like I don't think we got any Exodia pieces. We may have got one Exodia piece. So the audio for the game died apparently. Like I don't. Where's the L's? Yeah, no left. No right. A final booster pack that gives you every card. How do you unlock that? Again, I think the problem with this game is that it is just so much grinding. And it's not just like a little bit of grind, like it's a lot of grind. And I think, if anything, I proved that you don't need to grind that much to get a good deck. Even if you don't use many passcodes. Like, let's say you grind one more thing. Let's say we grinded Yami another 15 duels, right? And then some to get good cards. Like, you don't need to grind a whole lot. Like, a lot of grinding also just to get to that Simon duel. Duel Grandpa worth the time and effort? Probably not. Like, the thing was with the games, like the duelists, is that there's only so much variety you can really see, right? Like, almost so much challenge. Like, we've seen challenge throughout the game. And it's not to say, like, the game's, like, bad. Like, I love this game, right? I had a blast playing it. You know, from back in the day to now. But it's kind of thing is, like, when you play, like, you kind of realize, like, I don't need to grind as much, even when to play some extra people. Like, to fully complete it, sure. But I'm not the completionist. I'm just Janjo. Like, it definitely has a lot of soul, for sure. Of course, newer games have more of a card pool and more, like, fun you can have in terms of, like, deck building and facing the AI. Simon 5 times. Ugh. Like, you can always put in a game save to, like, have everything unlocked and then just go from, like, the start, right? Like, if you're doing, like, on emulator. You get, like, emulator to, like, unlock all the packs. Like, some sort of, like, ROM hack kind of thing, right? But, again, then everything's already unlocked, right? I enjoyed slowly building up the deck and adding cards as needed. I think that was, like, the best way to go about this game. Or at least for me. It could be different for everyone else. But for me personally, this was, like... This is how I had fun with the game. And it's nice that you have different ways to play through the game. You don't need to do one specific way. And yeah, if you're playing this game, like, a lot, yeah, no problem. Just, like, go ahead, grind away. But, like, you know, I'm streaming the game, right? And, like, it's the only time I play the game is when I'm streaming it. I don't really have the urge to play outside of this. Because it's specifically for content. For, like, history research. But it's fun though. Like it's really freaking fun, especially like the deck we have now. Like I feel in control. It doesn't feel like I'm like really struggling to deal with certain things, certain aspects. Like we have answers to a lot of things, and that's fun when you get to this point. But it's also when you get to this point where it's like, all right, I don't want to grind anymore because like my deck's good, right? Like the grinding would pretty much be just to eventually phase Simon, but we have like a ton of stuff. Yo, Xavier, thank you for the $2. Best YGO tuber, Yugi tuber. Well, thank you. I'm far from the most popular one, but I'm making my way. Hopefully one day I'll have what's my sub count? I also have some other like non-video game related streams I like to do as well. So like next few streams might not even be like a video game. I'll just have to like check with like the audience. Hopefully I'll get to 30k subs in next 5 years. But yeah, I have some ideas. Like I wanted to do like that deck evolution thing I did a while back, like one more time at least. I like to do another like theory discussion stream, kind of like the like what if GOAT format had more cards kind of thing, but with like the ban list. I think that'd be fun, like updated ban list video. Like, and I'm also down for like other ideas too. Maybe just have like a stream where I'm just doing nothing. Maybe we're just drawing shit, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, that's the fun thing about streams. Like, I'm not a streamer. I do this like once a week for like 2-3 hours, so it's not like I'm, you know, like heavy into streaming. But I like to give you all something, even if it's not like necessarily a weekly thing. This game has last will. Oh yeah, you get last will, you get Maha Violet. Like yeah, if you want to put in like all the codes, get all the cards, like that's a fun way to just like build a deck, especially when you have like 2 people, like a friend or whatever. Which is why this game was like on release, like you definitely want it to grind. But it doesn't really hold the same weight as it did back then. I also love to do Dungeon Dice Monsters too. If I do another Yu-Gi-Oh game though after this, I don't know if I want to jump into like Dark Duel stories, but maybe Sacred Cards. Oh yeah, I could talk about Yu-Gi-Oh all day. That's why I have this channel. I mean, the channel was originally a video game themed channel, but this is why I changed it to Yu-Gi-Oh. You talk about Yu-Gi-Oh, my ears like perk up like a rabbit. This is a nice thing about like streaming too, is I can just kind of chat with you all about this kind of stuff, whereas my normal content is scripted typically. It's Dungeon Dice. I have like the starter kit. There's actually a Dungeon Dice YouTube channel. That like they upload Dungeon Dice Monsters like physical game, and it looks really fun. I wish that stuff was much easier to collect, because I would love like more of a playset of that stuff. And I really wish Dungeon Dice Monsters had a PS2 game. That's the biggest regret I think Konami should have. The starter sets, it's fun, but it feels like you really need 2 starter sets to make like a full thing. But I would like to play Dungeon Dice Monsters. I would like to make a Dungeon Dice video at some point, like a history video. But like anything that's not card game related for the stuff takes like a long time. So I think maybe like 2024, maybe if I do like a different content strategy where I have to take more time to make more quality vids than do like short form stuff. But then there's like the whole issue. It's like, well, I still like to make. Yeah, it's content creation is hard between. In terms of making what's the word? Sacrifice. Not sacrifices, but what's the word I'm looking for? But basically meeting some way in the middle between like what I want to do and what YouTube kind of wants. Yeah, Dungeon Dice. Yeah, it's a little waste of potential, but I kind of get it. It's a little janky. That's kind of a lot of Takahashi's like other games. But anyway, I have to skedaddle. So I will see you all next time. Thank you for showing up, by the way. This is a really fun stream. New video on Sunday. So it's been Eternal Duelist Soul, and catch you later.